Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about this one here tonight. In prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music and wrestling matters, Sportswire Radio, because our guest, you might want to say, was once unwanted, but now he's wanted to talk about a lot that he's been up to. We're going to certainly talk about that gusset plate to the head, and how's the head doing? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about maybe some guys he's been in the ring with that you've talked about here over and over on Sportswire Radio. Maybe we'll talk about this big horse. Maybe we'll talk about this guy who calls himself a brick house but no longer holds hardcore gold. We'll talk about him. What about this guy that was once a real raw energy? And did I see where I thought I saw him on the same show as our guest here tonight? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about, did I see what I thought I saw, that photo with a guy who's definitely one of the all-time OGs and a guy named Masada? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about maybe some places he's been, some places maybe he'd like to be, and who knows whatever else, because I am excited about this one here, because after all, this man is from my state, and I have to give him that big introduction, because there's a lot of people that come on to Sportswire Radio, but this one I have been eagerly anticipating for months. The last time he was here, right before he left, when he was still in the 716, it's been a minute, it's been 3 months, but we got plenty to talk about. And in the famous words of Def Leppard frontman Joe Elliott, let's get rock day, because I know our chat is arriving. I know he wants to hear that hardcore-like introduction, and I'm even going to have a gift for him. No, the big horse isn't coming on. No, Masada's not coming on. Certainly Joey Knight Jr. is definitely not coming on after what happened to him this past weekend. And D'Angelo LaFlame, well, I think he ran out of energy after this past Sunday. So we'll leave it at that, but it is time now to start this show off here in style on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station where all music and wrestling matters. So with that, bye. Sports show, a man that will forever be the head of the household. He was once unwanted, but now he's wanted. His name is simply put, the King of the New York Deathmatch, the Big 716. He is the Big 716 is here. My friend, how are we doing? And welcome home.
We're doing good, Tom. I ain't gonna lie, we're doing real fucking good. I feel a lot better now that I'm on this bitch. I won't lie.
Well, first of all, that's great. And, we're going to definitely reward you, and we're going to definitely get to have things. But
How's the head doing? You may say you're doing good, but I mean, I'm going to put that picture up shortly, and everybody's wondering. And I got to say it right off the top of my head. You know, I wasn't going to say it off the air. You and I were talking, and one of my friends, a very well-to-do pizza maker, a buddy of mine, Jeff Todd, he is the man that makes the pizzas for Lucia Pizza, which is kind of like one of the places. Barstool's gone there. They're at a beautiful Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. They're all over the place now in Manhattan, downtown, Chinatown, Gramercy Park, the Upper East Side, and he sees my Facebook story, and he goes, was that real? And where was that footage? And I showed him from Instagram, and I'm like, no, it's real. Oh, it's real, and he's going to be here Tuesday night in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest. I know he's making some pizzas right now. He's got a different sauce. You had a massive rush of blood to the head, but he was using the tomato sauce, but I wanted to put that out there so the world knows, and I'll make sure Jeff hears that on Instagram later. But yeah, I mean, how's the head? I think that's the big question.
Good. I mean, as you could probably tell, if you can see, I mean, I'm healing pretty good. My body heals pretty fast. You know, it's one of those things, honestly, where I get mad at myself because how good I heal. It's like I do all this crazy shit. I want a few scars from it. You know what I mean? A few memories, and it's all gone after like a week. You know what I mean? It's like.
Really, that's it? Because like everybody says, oh, when you blade and you get the forehead and you get the marks and they stay forever. Everybody talks about Flair's head, and X-Pac famously talked about how many scars he's got in his head. But you're saying it goes away in a week, huh?
Yeah, about a week, man. You know what I mean? I mean, blading is a different story. Like that shit don't never go away. That's there for life. But like bleeding the hard way, those holes they heal up. You know what I mean?
So you mean to tell me, because everybody saw this? I mean, we're talking. I don't know. What you have 100,000 engagements on Instagram, 3,600 likes. I mean, it's figures that very few people see ever. And you mean to tell me when you're in that moment and you're going through all this that you don't feel anything? You don't feel any pain? Nothing?
I never said that. I ain't never said that.
But you're smiling. You're almost like.
I ain't never said that. I'm just saying, like when you're in that moment, you're in a situation to where you can't be a wimp. You got to suck it up and deal with it. You know what I mean?
Do you get into? Well, I gotta ask. I know Ox McCoy's here. He's excited about it. Cato, I'm sure will be out there, and some others. But I mean, like, do you get in a zone? Do you become in a zone when this happens, where you do what you do, especially what you've really done the last few months? I want to say.
I want to. You call it the zone. It's just more of, giving it up to God. You know what I mean? Like, if today is the day I go, and then so be it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today's ain't that day. We're going to put on the.
Boy, I'm not going to bring up a few weeks ago, I had like a shotgun in my mouth from the dentist when they did the tooth extraction. I'm not even going to compare to what you've went through, man. I mean, the amount of engagements, the amount of people that saw that. Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, all right, it was okay. I mean, my mouth's still, but compared to what I went through there, what you go through, it seems like every week. I mean, I see you every time, and I try to share your clips of this. You're from my state. I try to go the extra mile to share your stuff. I even say sometimes, book this man, do something. Maybe if somebody watches it, I don't know. But it's like every week with you. It's one thing guys go out there and they do it once a month. A few times a year. It seems like every week.
It feels that type of way, you know what I mean? Because the grind don't stop, baby. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know that. You're not gonna tell me.
Stop, and I'm not saying no to any bookings. You want to book me for whatever match, make it happen.
Well, I mean, there's people here that probably would like to see you wrestle there, or maybe some people want to change their minds. Joey Knight Jr. No, Joey's great. No, Joey, you've been on shows with him. We love Joey. But I mean, I feel like, from when I first knew you a couple years ago to where you are now, I mean, you've become like a lightning rod. You've become like a figure that, I mean, when you take a step back, even from your last appearance on Sportswire, I mean, are you amazed at how far you've gone so far? And just even from when we last talked.
I'm surprised. And I'm surprised not because like I didn't know I could do it. I knew I could do it. I'm surprised in the aspect of it's like I came out here in the first week and a half. I was handed an opportunity to wrestle Smoke the Reaper. You know what I mean? Like, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like,
wow. just right off the bat. I mean, and then I have to put this photo up here with, this guy Masada. I mean, a guy that, a couple of people know here in the chat, a couple of people know in wrestling, and you're on the same show with him. You were talking about this. I mean, what was that like? And what was
the poster?
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, you're on a poster with this man, a man that, I mean, you talk about all-time OGs. You talk about men that are up there in the stratosphere. When people think about hardcore and deathmatch wrestling, it's Masada. I mean, I've spoken about him in the past with guys like Hardcore, guys like Jimmy Controversy, guys like, Tarzan Duran. I mean, Kato certainly. We spoke about him at Carnage Cup. And, I mean, what was it like to be on the same show with Masada, and what did he say to you, in this moment?
I'm going to be very honest, you know what I mean? Like, at first, it was like, in awe, you know what I mean? I watched this man growing up. Like, I was telling all my friends, all my family, like, dude, I want to do what he does. I want to be like him. And then when I saw him in person, you know what I mean? Like, we're all just regular people. You know what I mean? We're all just human. We're all there to do our job and to get paid and go home. You know what I mean? Like, so in the aspect of like, what was he like? He was cool as hell, man. Like, what did he say? It was just basic human conversation. We really didn't talk about wrestling that much. We just talked about ordinary shit.
Well, I do hear that a lot with people. We've had different people come on, but still, it's a larger than life moment. Like you said, this is somebody you watched. And if you would have said to yourself, even 6 months ago, would I be on the same show with Masada? You would have said here, yeah, I would have definitely done it. You would have said here on Sportswire for sure. But privately, that's a hard assumption to just say, yeah, I'm going to be on a show with Masada. And yet here you are. You leave the 716, you leave the Empire State just a couple months ago, and just weeks later, you're on the same show with him, It's an amazing moment. Yes. You got to take a step back and look at it for sure.
It's crazy in the aspect of just like where I came from to where I am now. Like, you know what I mean? I came from the underground, you know what I mean? Doing pro shows here and there, to moving out here and to being booked on with a wrestler that I've literally looked up to my whole life. Like it's not me. And I'm not gonna sit here and flex like it's me, brother. I've been blessed by God.
No, you got some ability too. Listen, don't sell yourself short. You got some skills, and you definitely made a huge leap. And I think you bet it on yourself. And you talked about that here last, that this was a gamble. This was a bet. You talked about you were leaving all your friends, all your family behind. You were going to a place. I know you were here at the beginning of the year. We spoke about going to Texas, but it was just almost like, hey, I'm going to go there. I'm not here to have fun. I'm not here for the weather. I'm here to go and just beat people up and win a championship. And that was that. It was fine, but like here you are these months later. And even just like I said, going back from when you were last here on Sportswire, right before you left. And who would have guessed that you bet on yourself the way you did, and you won literally in just a couple days, couple weeks at most?
It's man, a few weeks, and you know what I mean? Like I bet it on myself, and I got lucky. I hit big, I hit the jackpot, and I have a long way to go. I'm not sitting here.
Oh, for sure. I think you're going to go even bigger places because, like you said, this is just the start. This isn't just, hey, all right, yeah, I've been a show here, I've been on a show there. No, you legitimately are just getting started. There's no doubt in my mind that you're going to go to some places. We're going to see you on, TV. We're going to see you on, IPTV. We're going to see you on all these big places, XPW, and, you name a place, you're going to be there. I just have a feeling on that, And you were here this past weekend, you were at local wrestling. It's Marty Two-Fly. We were talking, I think, a little bit about this with the Big Horse a couple weeks ago when he was here, and just talk to me about what you did this past week. Little that the chat knows, you were actually supposed to be here on that day. You were supposed to be here. You were supposed to be here.
To be here on that day, and
yeah.
Unfortunately and unprofessionally on my part.
No, fortunately, no, don't do that. Fortunately, you got booked, and fortunately, we can talk about this.
I like the way you flip.
I got you. You're from my state. I gotta take care. You're from my state. I gotta do extra. I gotta go the extra mile for you.
I like the way you flip that. I ain't gonna lie, yo, Marty Two Fly, yo, he's a fucking gangster, bro. He is not to be slept on. You know what I mean? Like he's been out here making moves, paying his dues. You know what I mean? Doing what he does. And I moved out here, and I'm doing the same thing. We just happened to link up at the same time, and brother, we made magic that night. We had the crowd going crazy.
Wow.
We had the crowd going crazy.
What's that like now? Every show you go to, you've got these big crowds. I know, like you said, you've obviously done a lot in the underground, and you've been on a pro show here and there, and that's one thing. That's great. But now it's like, it feels like to me every weekend I see you're on a big show with a lot of people, hundreds of people. And what has that been like? Has that been an adjustment for you?
It's been humbling. It's been very humbling in the aspect that showing up to these shows and realizing, like, man, I have a long way to go. Like, just because I'm on these shows with these high caliber wrestlers and all these big names, man, like, I have a long way to go before I'm on that level as them. Like, yeah, I'm grateful that I'm on the same show as them. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not on that level yet.
But it's still a big deal to be on these shows. It's still a big deal that you've already got a foot in the door this soon. I mean, we talked, like I said, a couple of months ago, you were on here. We were talking about the move. We were talking about you didn't know. And it was kind of, I mean, some people may not want to say it or admit it here in the chat, because I see some of your brethren from, the 716s here. And I think people were kind of sad. It was kind of somber in a way. I mean, I watched at home when you dropped the title. I mean, it was, there was definitely tears out there, but yet you turn them around to blood drops and drips over your head. I mean, you turn the tears to blood. Definitely you can't take blood from a stone. That's for sure. But
never.
I mean, I think that's to me what amazes me about you in just this short amount of time. All of it does.
It definitely was extremely sad and extremely heartbreaking. You know what I mean? To close that chapter, these are guys that I've wrestled with since I was 15 years old. You know what I mean? I'm 24 now. So, you know what I mean? It was definitely very emotional to say my goodbyes. And I don't even like to say my goodbyes. I like to say my see you laters. I never say goodbye.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Emotional to say I'll see you later. You know what I mean? But in the aspect of like coming down here and doing what I'm doing now, it gave me the motivation to like put my people on, and put my home on. You know what I mean? Like, they deserve it. Like,
no, I agree. I'm glad you said that, because I do feel that home, a lot of guys from home, whether it's Jay the Awesome who was here, Shockey certainly doing his best to follow and compete with you, whether it's Onyx or Torrance Banks or Hunter.
I can't flex, though. Shockey was the first one to do a big pro show.
He did, but you went to Texas. But you went to Texas, though. He didn't go to Texas.
He didn't go to Texas, no.
You went to Texas. That was a big. You were here. You were here right before.
I'm nationwide, baby.
Well, listen, no. We love Shockey, and by the way, happy birthday to Shockey. It was his birthday yesterday, and he did a big thing with X-Brand. I mean, he's blown up, no question, literally, and he may blow himself up after hearing this.
Views. Have you seen his flip?
I know, I have.
1 million+ views.
I have. I mean, between you and him, and it's just, flip a coin. But you doing what you've done, and I agree that the guys from home, they should get more recognition. I think you guys are getting it now. I mean, literally. I mean, you talk about Shockey, look at yourself. I think others. I mean, I just think, to me, Yardcade, the event, a lot of people are still talking about that. I mean, I really think that you are giving and opening doors for, I think, some of the guys to follow through, I think.
That's my goal, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't move to Texas. I moved to Texas like to pursue myself and to better myself in my career path as far as professional wrestler. But I'm not just out here to focus on myself. I want to help my brothers back home. Like, they deserve this platform that I have. Like, the same way I've been grinding for 10 years plus in the underground background, whatever the fuck you want to say it, to where I am now. They've been doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's
Absolutely.
like, I wouldn't be here without those guys. I genuinely wouldn't. There wouldn't be a Mickey Vargas without XCCW. There wouldn't be a Mickey Vargas without a home. They made who I am today. They gave me the confidence to go out to Texas and pursue this shit.
No, I think that's a good point. And I also wanted to ask you, I mean, just since you've been down there, you've been living there for, 2 months or so. What is it like living there now in this state? I almost feel like, because there's people here that are kind of wondering, what has it been like living down there in Texas so far?
It's been nice. I don't have any like real bad things to say about Texas. Everyone over here is real nice. That's one thing I've had to get used to coming from New York.
Yeah, well,
you know how it is. Like, you walk down the street.
I'm in the city where it's like even probably more nastier than where you are in a sense.
I mean,
because
not flexing. Crime is not a flex, but Buffalo is like the top 3 most dangerous cities in New York State.
Well, we're looking at. My borough is not the most dangerous, but I mean, Brooklyn and Manhattan are probably right there. But it's
coming from New York State, where you can walk down the street and look at somebody and they'll instantly try to fight you, compared to down.
100%. I was in Brooklyn before I came home, and there was somebody I thought I went to school with, and I looked at them and they looked at me, and I was like, should I say something? Or are they looking at me? And it's like, it's been 20 plus years, and it was like, no, we moved on, nothing, but it was like, yeah, that's what happens. Anytime you walk in the street, you're always looking at somebody and you don't know. Yeah.
And then you find out in the wrong time. You know what I mean?
I know. I've had a few of them. I've had a few of them.
Like that, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've kind of had to get used to how nice people are. Like, genuinely, like, kindness. It's not like fake kindness. It's like they're actually nice out here. It got to when I first moved out here, it was like, I had to sit back and think about it. Like, why are you being so nice? Like, what you trying to get out of me?
Because in New York, we're not used to that. New York, listen, it's like, I was talking to one of my friends who's moved out of the state. It's just, he's in Florida. And he said, in Florida, they say hello to you. They want to talk with you. And in New York, in Brooklyn, it wasn't like that. It was like you got one eye, you made eye contact with somebody, and they're ready to fight you. And then they looked at them a certain way. They're waiting for you at the corner. It's just a different way. Yesterday, I'm walking to go buy a loaf of bread, and 2 kids are looking at me, and they're looking back, and it's like, do I know you? So it's just so different. But I think that I'm not surprised you said all that, because I think across the country, as New Yorkers, we're just used to a certain. It's a grind. You talked about the grind earlier. It's a challenge. Life is hard. We get hit by the pavement. We deal with different things. But like across the country in places, people are maybe more down to earth, and it takes an adjustment to realize so.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a huge adjustment. Like, I'm not saying I was rude when I first moved out here, but I wasn't very like, hey, how's your day going? You know what I mean? It took a lot of adjusting, you know what I mean? I'm getting to it now.
Okay.
That southern southern hospitality.
Yeah.
But man, it took a lot to get used to, though.
Well, I'll tell you what I want people to get used to doing, which is giving you a follow on Instagram. Please do that. Mickey's on TikTok also, but I think his following has gone up a lot recently, so let's go make it further increase.
I've doubled my followers after.
I saw you're 500. I remember when you came on, you had like 100 followers. Now you're 500. I mean, by next week, you'll have more followers than me, hopefully.
I'm gonna have to do another Kenzon spot for that shit, bro.
Well, don't do that. Maybe I'll just give you the followers, and we'll get to the big horse, and some people have comments about different things. We'll get to everybody here in the chat in a few minutes. But I was also wondering about some people that have been certainly well-to-do names on this platform that you've been on multiple shows within the past. First of all, I have to bring up Joey Knight Jr. The Brick House, Joey Knight Jr. You have been on shows with him, and Joey was hardcore, but he's no longer hardcore. He lost his hardcore championship. Yeah, he lost it, and he was talking about Matthew Day Luna made a big mistake, and he made a big mistake getting in the ring with the big horse. He had his opinions with him, but. So what's it been like with Joey Knight Jr., who I know will hear this? He'll love to hear what you have to say about him.
I'm gonna get rid of some kayfabe right here, okay?
Do it.
Behind the scenes, Joey Knight Jr. is a good kid, bro. Fucking humble.
Yep.
He's really out there just to make his bones, to pay his dues, like all of us are. So I respect his hustle. You know what I mean? I respect.
Joey's a great guy. Joey's not a guy I feel like I owe because he was a promo wrestler. He wasn't a yarder, but he was a promo wrestler, and he was a part of James Taylor's Promo Wrestling Federation. What's that?
Arguably worse.
You can say that I'm not because I have promo wrestlers coming back onto Sportswire. So I'm gonna say you can say that it's not my way.
Worse, at least.
I love World Wrestling matches. You can say that, and I'm not gonna complain. But I have many promo wrestlers coming back onto Sportswire, so I'm gonna plead the fifth on that. But what I will say is that Joey has had definitely a different path, and like many, and he's worked very hard.
He has, you know what I mean. He has. I've seen Joey before I even met him at ACW. You know what I mean. I've seen Joey before I knew he was on Sportswire. You know what I mean. So like he's out here making waves on the internet. You know what I mean.
Absolutely.
That's what we need out here. You know what I mean. That's what's gonna get you seen in this industry. Like we live in 2025. You know what I mean. Like everything is the internet nowadays.
Yeah, he has a big following on YouTube. He's TikTok. He's very good on TikTok. No, he's one of those guys, and I think that's what he brought as a positive from the promo wrestling world, is that he was very good on social media, very active, and he knew how to promote himself. And he comes on here on Sportswire, and he knows how to promote himself. And he really wants this. He really wants to be a wrestler. He really wants to make it work. And I think he's a guy that, again, I like to see him do well.
It's not that he's trying to be a wrestler. He is a wrestler.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Moving up the ladder, and
he is a wrestler, and he's making his name out there. He's getting his name out there. Like he's champ. He was champion ACW. I don't know. I'm not sure if he still is, but he was.
Well, he lost the hardcore title this past weekend. He had the tag, and he lost the hardcore title. He had the tag for a few months. He dropped that, and then he had the hardcore belt. He got it in May, and then he just lost that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So this kid's paying his dues. You know what I mean? Like, I got nothing but good things to say about him. You know what I mean? Joey Knight Jr., he's out here just grinding, bro. Literally.
He is, literally. I mean, by the way, not nowhere comparing what happened to you with the gusset plate, but he went up, we were watching his match this past weekend, and he went up on the top of the ladder, and his finger hit, like, the ceiling, and he almost, like, broke his finger, and almost like he lost his finger. It was some freaky thing, and it was like,
little finger.
But no, he's okay. But we're not comparing it to what you've gone through, and even what Shocky's gone through. Yeah, but
his finger's okay.
No, it was fine. He actually said no. He's like, I just missed it. He's like, no, I'm good, and he even went like this for me. No, Joey's okay. Joey's okay. But
he's a good kid, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would love to fucking work with him. I would love to work with him. I feel like
I have a feeling we'll be promoting something that you're gonna be seeing him again on. So we'll get to that on the other side of the break. But I got to ask you about somebody that I think you're not going to have more kinder opinions on, because you've been in the ring with him, you've been on a show with him. He's another traveler. You know who I'm talking about. He's this guy who's a real raw energy, and I noticed he made a debut this past weekend. I'm talking about, him, Mr. D'Angelo LaFlame.
That's my fucking boy, bro. I was a little nervous moving out here, and then I found out LaFlame was moving out here, and I was like, that's got to be some sort of sign. You know what I mean? Like, a homie that I knew from the underground is trying to pursue the same thing that I'm doing in the same city. Not just the same state, the same city. I was like, bro, that's got to be a sign, bro. So, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little envious of him, though. I'm a little envious.
You're envious of him. Why? Why are you envious of him?
You know what I mean? His first like real match, not a rumble. His first real match, and he beats me. Come on.
No, you got to return the favor. You got to give him the receipt back.
Oh, he's getting the back.
You gonna put a gusset plate on his head?
I'm happy that he's out here, man, because this kid trained at Memphis Wrestling for.
I know. It was a while. He was talking about training. Let me tell you, he was talking about training. September? So I think, started. He was on and off training early last year, I want to say, with training. He was doing training early last. We're talking about on and off a year and a half plus, because he had some injury time. But you're talking about a year and a half of training on and off.
Not just at any school, though.
Memphis
Wrestling.
I know.
Memphis Wrestling. Like, the historical Memphis wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I know that all the WWE figures have been on there recently. I mean, they get like it's not just hey, we booked somebody on a show to sign autographs. No, they get them and they wrestle in some cases. Buff Bagwell was on there recently. India Hartwell was on. I mean, I could go down the list of names they've had on there.
yeah. So when I knew he was coming out here, I was like, bro, like we got to get on the same show. Like, there's no if, ands, or about it. Like, we got to get on the same.
And you've got history with him in the underground too, so that's why it's ironic.
There too.
I know. Well, I wasn't going to bring that part up because that was the underground, but now we're in the pros, and I mean that's why I was like, I knew you weren't going to be so kind about him. Joey. It's like, yeah, Joey. Joey's. I like you, Joey. We'll see you. The Big Hoss will have a different feeling on that, but I mean, D'Angelo, you and him, I kind of feel like as crazy as this sounds, are intertwined and similar in some ways. He made quite the waves in the underground traveling, and you now have made quite the waves traveling as this hardcore guy. It's to me, I think there's a lot of similarities there in that sense.
A lot of similarities in the aspect that, like, bro, we both just been grinding, bro. Like, since we both moved out here, nothing but training and wrestling.
Yeah, that's what he does. I've had him on here, and he's talked from his car. I've talked to him on the phone, and he's somewhere down in a ditch. I mean, he's a guy that all he does is eat, sleep, and drink wrestling.
That's all he does, bro. That's all he.
Yeah, no, I know.
About. That's all that kid thinks about.
He reminds me of you in that when I first spoke to him, he was known, but then it was like I brought him on more and more, and I felt like everybody wanted him. I think with you, it may not have taken it as gradually as quick, but I feel like over time, I feel like the time that you've been on here from each appearance, I think you've kind of, in the same way, garnered that kind of respect like he did. He might have got it more instantly, but I think now, if you look from, you've been in like 4 or 5 times now, I really think where you are today kind of reminds me of where he has been in terms of how people look at him when he comes on here, if that makes sense.
It does, and I hope I do. You know what I mean? Like,
no, you do.
I hope that when people see me, they're like, yo, this kid, Mickey, like, he's a good kid. You know what I mean? He's a good worker.
No, listen, I have had guys ask me about you off the air, and I always say, no, I know him. I think people, there's a curiosity about you because, they see the spots. They see how far you've gone to advance your career. They've seen what you've done. So I think it might have taken a little bit more time, but I think at the end of the day, you got to wrestle D'Angelo again, and you got to beat him this time.
I mean, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I'll be seeing D'Angelo real soon.
Well, I have a photo for that, which we'll get to on the other side of the chat. And I do got to bring him up because he's here in the chat. You've wrestled him, and you know who I'm talking about. That is Mr. Big Hoss himself. You have quite a history with him. He's even traveled to your state once upon a time, and I got to bring him up. If I don't do it, he won't come back on Sportswire. I got to have equal opportunity, equal airtime. I believe that. I believe in fairness. That on Sportswire we're the only platform of that. So I got to get your opinion on it because he talked about you. He talked about you when he was here a few weeks ago. You gotta, and he was my first interview after my tooth surgery. So I mean, he's the first. So I'm gonna remember the Big Hoss. Well, thankfully I got to come back on Sportswire because I kept going there to the gulags and getting that surgery. And my mother kept telling me, "What are you doing? Why are you going?" And people were telling me, and I went, and he was my first one off the surgery. So I got to bring up the Big Hoss.
I get it. I get your point of view. Big Hoss.
Yes, sir.
He's a good guy.
You got more than
non-kayfabe.
Okay, non-kayfabe.
Non-kayfabe.
Okay.
He's out here. He's literally grinding, bro. Like everyone I'm associated with, man, we're all just workers. Like, we're all just putting all our fucking effort into everything we want to achieve. He's doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, I wrestled him on Los Polos Productions. Major fucking...
Yeah, I got it right here in front of me.
Major lucha fan. Like, they just had Psycho Circus at their last show. He was on that show with Psycho Circus. You know what I mean? So it's like he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? And he's starting his own little fad, and I hope that blows the fuck up on the level that he wants it and be taken seriously on the level that he wants it, because everyone on this fed that coming up is like, bro, like,
yeah, we're gonna talk about that now. Well, listen, we're gonna talk about that. I mean, so what's that like? I mean, you know, we talked about this with him. You know, Lanos wrestling and wrestling on these shows in a different element, right? Asked him about being on a lucha show. I mean, for you being, you know, we talked about you in the underground. I know your work. You've been in other places. You know, we talked about you recently when all these deathmatch stuff you've been in. But wrestling on a show like this, what was that like from your vantage point?
I'm gonna keep it a buck, yo. I love the Mexican crowd. I love them, yo. They're so into it, and if they don't like you, they're gonna let it be known. Like, I love that energy. Like, I love it.
I think that's what you want as a wrestler. I mean, sometimes, I mean, I don't want to knock American wrestling because you know I'm Mr. All Wrestling Matters, but sometimes American fans, they almost need a break. It's almost like they don't know, or they almost don't want to be at every spot. Whereas if you watch a lucha show, CMML, or Mexican wrestling, I mean, wrestling it's almost like a football game around the world for them. It's that intense. I mean, that's, as a wrestler, that's got to be what you want, to wrestle in front of a crowd that knows every move, knows every spot, and then looks at you and automatically either wants to cheer or boo you. I think whereas an American fan, again, you know I'm Mr. All Wrestling Matters, but an American fan, sometimes it's almost like we want it fast food. We want to basically, okay, get to the spot, and they don't want to see everything in between. Whereas the Mexican crowd in that style, to me, it's such an art.
The way I describe the Mexican crowd, it's like the Japanese crowd in the aspect.
Yeah,
like,
I've heard that.
It's like they just sit there and watch the match. They treat it like a sport, because that's what it is. It's a sport, and they treat it like it should be. But instead of like the Japanese crowd, when something big happens, they just clap and cheer a little bit. Like, they go crazy. You know what I mean? And then they shut up, and then they wait, and then do something again, and then they go crazy, and then they shut up, and then they wait, and then you do something again, and then they go crazy. That's just the Mexican crowd. And it's also, when you're in the Mexican crowd, man, it's literally like, it proves like who you are as a wrestler. It's like, are you gonna sink or swim? Because these people, they're not gonna let you, like, they're gonna be relentless. They're gonna be on your ass. Like, that Lanos show.
Yep.
Dude, I was called so many insults in Spanish, bro. It was not even like, I was called, and it wasn't because I was like a shitty wrestler. It's because I was a heel. You know what I mean? That was my character. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's like, they're relentless. Like, they were like saying some like real disrespectful stuff. You know what I mean? Like, back in New York, that should get you punched in the face.
No, would get a shot. No, wouldn't get us punched. He might get a shot. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah.
No, listen. You can say you're here. I've actually let you get away with the curse words.
Too violent on your show now.
No, famously, Obey was on here and flashed a gun toward Angel Santiago. I mean, we had Tarzan was high on here, so I think you were high. I don't
think Tarzan's every sober. He's the fucking dude, though.
Tarzan, yeah, no, Tarzan's Tarzan. But I mean, okay, so the big horse. I have a feeling you'll be meeting him again at some point down the road. You'll definitely be meeting him.
Dude, our story is not over. It's like that never-ending story, whatever that movie's called or whatever. Like, it's just like that, bro. Like,
yeah.
I came to your state, beat you. You came to my state, beat me. Then I came back and you beat me again. I need it back. I need that again. Like, you got to run that back. Like, there's no if.
Well, hey, listen, he said it himself that we're not done. He said it here. I mean, if
he was a real man, if he has some real cojones, some real balls.
No, I think he's a real man.
He would see me in a death match.
He said, well, no, but to be fair, he was honest. He said that wasn't really his style. He said that here on Sportswire. That's what he said.
I'm gonna make it his style. I'm gonna intimidate
you can do that
and hurt this man personally so much to the point where he's gonna want to kill me.
But he's the super redneck. And he said he's Texas strong. He said famously here, you don't mess with Texas. That's what he famously said. You heard that.
Everyone says that, and then I came to Texas and stuck a fucking a light tube in someone's face. You know what
That's
I mean?
true too, but he said he's just now.
My ass. Like, you know what
Well,
I mean? I don't
that's
care about none of that.
well, that's what he said. I mean, he's I even said, "Are you as tough as a $2 steak?" And he kind of looked at me and laughed.
I mean, the barbecue out in Texas is like $2 steaks. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the barbecue was good out here.
Well, I did. You know what? I asked you about that 7 months ago, and you kind of looked at me. You said that then, and you say it now that you've lived in the state for almost 2 months. You kind of looked at me. The barbecue. I remember asking you, "Oh, aren't you excited about the food?" And you were like, "You were like, Tom, I'm not here to eat. I'm only here to do a job and get out, win gold." That's what you said then. So it seems like nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I give you that much.
Advertisement. I thought Texas had the best barbecue in the world. Nah.
Well, people go to Dallas barbecue. People love the Dallas barbecue chains. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Don't say that to anyone from Houston. I ain't gonna lie.
That's true too.
Houston and Dallas is insane.
I know it's the
Buffalo, New York City.
I mean, football wise, I would say the Bills are owning the Jets. Yeah, we'll bring that up for your Bills fan. You can bring it up. Well, you're gonna laugh. Although I always say the Jets and Giants aren't from New York; they're from New Jersey. So the
Giants are from New York. The Jets are from Jersey.
I don't know. Well, it's all right. Before I get to the chat, because a lot of people want to talk to you, I do want to give you something because I feel I should give you something. I can't quite give you all my followers on Instagram, but what I can do is put you, because they all allow me to, but I can put you in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame for the second time as the Hardcore Traveler, because you are the Hardcore Traveler, and you were officially, well, actually, your third time, because Home's in the Hall of Fame, so you're a 3-time Hall of Famer. So congratulations. So there you have it. So, there you go. It was funny. Rad Dad was on his podcast, and Sean Jovi brought up the Hall of Fame, and I was like, okay, well, somebody must know my cues. But there you go. You were in the Hall of Fame, and I wanted to do that before we get to the other side of the chat. Everybody's waiting to talk to you, and congratulations. You're definitely wanted in the Hall of Fame for a third time.
Thank you. I ain't gonna lie, it's an honor. 3 times. 3 times.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to everybody here in the chat. They want
5 times. Let's make the 4th time.
I can make it that happen. You got to keep coming on Sportswire. People are here tonight for you, so I think we can make that happen. We'll make you come back here before the year is out. Zilla's in the house. Thank you, Zilla. Good to see you, Zilla, as always. Zilla is first, but the man. Speaking of people that have blood to the head, the enforcer of Sportswire Radio, Mr. Ox McCoy, a man who certainly made short work of Cato. I mean, a man you know very well, Cato. And he says, hell yeah, he doesn't tip his hat to you, but he acknowledges you with his bald head. And the IMF Hardcore Champion says hello to you. And, I know you've talked about him in the chat. And, I mean, anything you want to say to Ox?
Run that shit. Yo, talk to whoever you need to talk to. Yo, get that book, bro. Get that book. You already know how I'm coming, bro. Like, run that shit. Stop running.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Sanders has been showing up there. I mean, I'm sure.
Hiding.
You're close. Well, he's injured. To be fair, he is injured at the moment. He is injured.
I don't want to hear that.
Well, he eventually.
I don't want to hear that. You get in that fucking ring.
He eventually won't be injured. He'll eventually be medically cleared. I mean, is that good enough for you?
For now, I guess. I mean, what else can I do?
Wait till he gets cleared medically.
Yo, Ox McCoy, he's doing some crazy shit.
Listen, he's been in there with Omen Black. He's been in there with Cato, Sean Jovi. I mean, he's a guy who's been around a long time.
Cato was crazy.
We had 2 matches with Cato. Basically, there were 2 matches within like a 7-week period. And, I mean, I think the second match was crazier than the first one. That was the first one. Outside
with the barn.
That was the second one. That was Summer Bash 3.
Bro, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was. I showed the whole match once. You were here for that one. I don't know if you were here the first one, but the second one we were here. Cato was here about it, and Cato's still recovering from it. Well, he's now just medically clear. But speaking of which, I got to ask you. I see all these different guys in Carnage Cup. Was that something you wanted to be a part of this year?
Bro, I've been shooting my shot at IWA for fucking since. But
I feel like now it's different though, because you've gone and done these different things. I would think that Carnage Cup would be more realistic this year.
I'm humble enough to admit to myself like I'm not on that level.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. One day I hope I will be there, but like I'm not there right now. You know what I mean? I'm humble enough to admit that. Like there's no way they're gonna hit me up directly and be like, hey, we want to work with you. Like I'm not.
I mean, you've been in there. You've been on some big shows. You've been in there with some names. I mean, I think you're
true, but there are levels to this, man. There are.
No, I'm aware. Listen, I'm aware, but
I'm here with it. You know what I mean? Like this is deathmatch. Like I'm here with it. I'm a beginner. I'm a baby to this.
Well, that Instagram post got how many engagements again? So they noticed.
Almost 200,000 views.
See what I mean? I said over 100,000. See, and you are a psycho according to Ox.
Man, that Kenzon spot really put me on the map. I ain't gonna lie, man.
So people know you now. Yeah, I mean, listen, people. They know you.
I went to a JCW show yesterday, Jungle Championship Wrestling.
Oh yeah, you know what? Dave Jameson and Daniel Tafua were at one of those. What was that like being at a JCW show?
That was crazy, but I got to work on ring crew after the show.
Oh wow, okay.
That was nuts. I met Silva too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was mad cool, bro. He's like chill as fuck.
Tarzan talked about Jacob. He wrestled Jacob Fatu one. He talked about it here on Sportswire. He talked about that he like the Fatus. You could talk to them. You could just they're like regular guys. You just talk about them.
They're regular people.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to say they're smoking weed in the back, but I mean, fill in the blank.
I'm not going to say what they were doing.
Yeah, well, I know Tarzan talked about it or on the it's Tarzan. I'm not. Yeah.
Just know Zilla's a mad cool dude. But I met Sammy Stackhouse.
Okay, I know Sammy Stackhouse.
And he saw the Kenzon spot, and I was like, "Yo, no way!"
Over 100,000 people saw it. I mean, people. That was big. Literally. It was your head. I mean, like I said, I had somebody else who I'm friends with on Facebook, and like I don't even remember when I spoke to them, and they were like, they messaged me and they said like they put the crying emoji. They weren't wrestling. It was a woman, and I didn't even really know them. It was like they friended me on Facebook, and it was like, I don't even know who they are. And just that's how big of a reach you had with that. That was a big of enough reach. And speaking of people with reaches, the big dog himself, Torrance Banks, wanted to say hi.
That's my unwanted brother right there, brother.
Well, but you guys are wanted now. Yeah, but you're wanted now. But you're not on wants anymore. Everybody wants to talk to you right now in chat.
Anywhere I go, I fuck shit up to the point where they don't want me no more.
No, they want you. The chat wants to talk with you right now. Stop it. Onyx is in the house. Wants to say hello. It's Onyx.
That's my brother. That's like my right hand man.
I know that. Yeah, you talked about him. In character.
Brother,
and speaking of people that have done the most in home, Jay the Awesome. Obviously,
done the most.
The most wins, but he has won the most. Technically, yes, because he's won the most matches, been in the most matches. I mean, that's statistically a fact.
You're on video. You're on the call with the 2-time head of the household.
You are the only 2-time head of the household, but he did talk about the field sports one. I'm just repeating what he said on it. He'll be back on next month.
He ain't the 2-time Nick. That's all that matters.
But he's also a pretty well-known vlogger, and I got to give Jay a shout-out.
I always shout out my man Jay. You know what I mean?
I know you do.
In Texas,
and how about you and Hoodfoot?
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that'll be my funeral right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we don't want a funeral on Sportswire.
That'll be my funeral. If I ever fight Hoodfoot, not only would that be a dream because he's fucking wild, and I've been following him for a few years as well, but it would just be like, We'd have to call on the Hall of Fame monitor, Justin Parsley, who in real life works for a funeral home. We don't want to do that because he's right now busy, Justin Parsley. Yeah. Don't lie, bro. Loco, book it. Loco. There you go. Loco. Yeah, Loco Wrestling, book it. If it ain't Loco,
don't book it.
It ain't fire, daddy.
Don't book
it. It ain't fire, daddy.
You can say that too, and pull up.
Motto, baby. If it ain't Loco, it ain't fire. Big
and you know what, JV Awesome. Let me JV Awesome.
Fuck X brand, Big Loco gang. Fuck you talking about?
I'm gonna say that's not my comment. That's yours. We do love X brand on Sportswire, and the Chrome Dome is shining tonight. By the way, it's shining.
It always is shining. You know what I mean? Nice face. Nice fresh shave for you. I'm lying. I did not shave. I got too many scars in my head right now to shave.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask you that, but I'll let JD Awesome do that. For real, gussets and skewers heal fast. I was hoping to be more disfigured by this point. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Like, when we do all this wild shit for the scars, every scar is a story. I can point to my body and tell you how I got that cut and how I got that cut. I can't do that now because I heal too easily and I don't have any fucking scars.
Well, maybe, people are different. I don't know. Thank you, Devin Laster, who I haven't seen here in a while, from Arizona, wants to say Happy Pink Taco Tuesday from Tucson, Arizona. I didn't know pink tacos were a thing, but thank you. Thank you, Devin, and thank you for being here, I guess. I mean, and Big Time Mickey. Yes, you are big time. You definitely hit the big time. And the big horse is here. I like to say he's killing it in Texas, literally. You are literally, figuratively and literally, I shall say, is killing it in the state of Texas. And Mickey Vargas needs a chance in the chains, exclamation point, ICWNHB. What do you say?
I'm telling you, I've been in these companies' inboxes like I'm a desperate female. You know what I mean? Like, I've been shooting my shot since I moved. Since my first death match was Smoke the Reaper. Since that very first death match, since I moved to Texas, I've been inboxing all of these deathmatch feds.
Do you need me to message somebody? Do you want me to message somebody? I mean, who do I have to message? Who do I know?
Whoever you got connects with in some big professional fucking indie feds. You know what I mean? Like
Justin Valencia.
Like, hook me up.
I know Justin Valencia. I know him. I mean, he talks to me on Facebook.
Like, I'm trying to.
I'll send him the link. I'll send him the link now. Give me a minute. Follow Mickey on his
training 2 times a week, lucha style.
I see. No, I see we've seen the photos. I mean, listen, I do share your stuff. I've been trying. I mean, my friend Daryl Johnson knows who you are, but he's in California. He doesn't book hardcore deathmatch. He books like once in a blue moon, the Wrestling War Zone. I don't think you want to go to the Wrestling War Zone at the moment. You see what I mean? So I could get you there, but hit up Nathan Mowry. He did Blood and Honey in Atlanta. I got Justin Valencia. I don't know him. I know Justin Valencia. I can do that. That I promise you I'll do. Let's get you some more comments. I don't think I'm friends with him on Facebook, but I can get some more comments. People who are friends on Sportswire. Hey, who has Mickey taken under his wing? Torrance Banks? Nah. Joey Knight Jr.? Nah.
No, I'm gonna be very honest. Since I moved here, who I've taken under my wing, like someone who I want to do something in this business, whether it be wrestling, managing, business aspect, it'll be I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's gonna be the Outlaw from
okay.
The Outlaw from ACW. Me and him have been like, you know what I mean? Like, I've been trying to school him a little bit. I'm not saying I'm a teacher. I'm just saying whatever I do know, I've been putting on to him. You know what I mean? I've been trying to put him on game. I really hope to see the Outlaw like being taken more serious. You know what I mean? Because he works hard, bro. Like, he's at training every week with me, every week, 2 days a week, nonstop. You know what I mean? Like, he's putting that work in the same way as me. I'm just hoping I see him where he wants to be one day. You know what I mean? Whether that would be wrestling, managing, or just running the business aspect of SSW.
And hopefully maybe you take some gold in ACW away as well, because I brought this photo up for you. Just saying.
Man, ACW championship.
Yeah, I brought it up because you did bring up ACW. I know we have more people in the chat. We'll get to you shortly.
Let me tell you something, man. Right now, I'm focused on October.
I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to October 18th. I will get to that. But if you'd like to follow ACW, because Mickey's been on there, Joey's been on there, the Big Horse is always on there, so please support.
Flame was on there.
Yeah, well, D'Angelo, I feel like I promoted enough over the years. I think D'Angelo's gotten too much. D'Angelo,
promote my homie D'Angelo. Never stop.
No, but he's always promoted on Sportswire.
He's always out here with me. Everywhere. I hope to say one day, everywhere you see Mickey, you're gonna see D'Angelo. Everywhere you see D'Angelo.
You know what? I would love to see that, and I think probably a lot of people here tonight would probably be very happy people about that. And I'm glad you talked about Ox and you, because D'Angelo's been there in Iowa a few times, but. Yeah, so you like Bucky so far?
Bucky's is cool. I ain't gonna lie.
My buddy Joe Rosas raves about
Bucky's is
Bucky's.
cool though. I ain't gonna lie, yo.
Yeah.
It's a gas station, but that's just like a Walmart. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, it's funny. We talked about this with the big horse. My buddy Joe Rosas drove to Virginia just to go to a Bucky's, and I looked at him with like 14 heads, and I'm like, why? And he was like, no, you've never had anything like Bucky's before. It's just the greatest gas station, and he raved about it. And the big horse was thrilling.
Like all right, so out here there's like different types of Bucky's. Like down the street from my house, there's a small Bucky's where it's like a regular gas station. You're not gonna go there and see all that extravagant shit. But there's big Bucky's where it's genuinely like a Walmart, bro. I walked into this one Bucky's and they had fishing stuff. Like I'm talking like
stop.
Bro, they had fishing like bait, like lures, like for sharks. And I'm like, bro, am I in a gas station right now? Like, this is wild. Who's coming to Bucky's for a fishing pole?
You know what? I've never been to a Bucky's, so I have no idea. I finally just saw Wawa on my way to the dentist in Minneapolis.
Wawa. Yo, Wawa blows. Bucky's out.
But you gotta remember, in New York City, we don't have Wawa. It's like to me, it was like I feel like a tourist. It was just
that's some Jersey stuff.
Yeah, Jersey. Yeah, I'm not a great Jersey fan.
I only went to Wawa when we went to Jersey.
Jersey. It was weird because on one side of the street, I think it was 7-Eleven, and then the other side of the street, there was the other side of the highway, it was 7-Eleven, and the other side was Wawa. It was like,
go to the Wawa. Always go.
No, I just wanted to get the hell out of New Jersey at that point. My mouth's still not 100%, but at this point we live with it. I was talking to you. I'm not going to complain. Shockey is in the house, and Buffalo is unwanted. But I keep saying you guys are wanted, but I keep saying I disagree. You guys are wanted now. You guys are
life.
Yeah,
it's a movement. It's a movement.
Yeah, I know.
The unwanted is more than just a name. It's literally everything we stand for. There was legit a point in time in our careers where we were not wanted. Like underground shows wouldn't book us, pro shows wouldn't book us. We weren't wanted, so we were like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, we're gonna make our own group. We're not wanted. We're really gonna play off of that. Then we're gonna really embrace it. We're unwanted.
Well, the role with times have changed and the roles are reversed. People want you, and those 10-foot industrial fans are no joke. Yeah, Joey Knight Jr. dealt with that. Ox was here for that on Saturday. Good old Joey. Mickey is out there killing it. Couldn't be prouder of my boy. And Shockey, is definitely right there with you.
He's like my older brother, that nigga right there, bro.
He is older, much older. No comment.
His birthday too.
Happy birthday, Shockey! Happy birthday.
2 years old. God damn, he's old.
Well, he's not as old as James Taylor, if that makes you feel better. Or Shockey, because James Taylor is really old.
How old is James Taylor?
41. Yeah, 41. 41. Yeah, I can say it because he said it here on Sportswire. 41. The Big Mick from the Big 716. That was a good one. Good line there. I'd love to see Onyx one day on the platform. Hello to Shockey. D'Angelo's not here, but you can say hello to him. I got this one for you. Is that my favorite deathmatch wrestler, LOL, from Antonio, even though we can no longer go back to Cece? No comment. We'll go to the next one.
Nah, I know who that is. That's Antonio.
So hi, Antonio. Well, hi, Antonio. I mean, how are you? And thank you for being here.
That's Antonio. That's my homie, bro. That's one of the people I hit up when I need advice type shit.
Oh, well, hi, Antonio.
The reason why he said something about CC's because it was his birthday recently. We all of the training class went to CC's for his birthday.
How was CC's? What was that like?
You know how wrestlers are, bro. We're just reckless, bro.
That's not true.
Reckless. We're always the main attraction, no matter where we go. So.
That's true too, though. That is true, and you guys definitely have had plenty of that. Hello from our friends in KTR Wrestling. Hello, Mickey from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I mean,
that's my plug. That's my homie. I've been talking to him like off and on for like close to like a month and a half now.
Oh, nice.
That's my homie. That's my plug into Puerto Rico wrestling right there.
You should go, and that would be, we know what that would mean to you. That would be a cool thing.
It would mean a lot. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm just a no.
I know that.
Baby. Like I just don't speak the language or understand. I'm no sabo, but like it would mean a lot to go down and wrestle in Puerto Rico. I have literally half of my family down there, like right now.
Wow.
That would. Like, I can guarantee I'd have at least 50 people showing up just for me if I went to Puerto Rico.
So they got to book you then. That's a lot of money.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Well, who do I got to talk to?
That KTR.
I'll talk to him when we get off the air. I mean, He's here right now. I mean, I'm gonna talk to him. All right, that was low. Texas has the best barbecue.
No, they don't.
He's saying they do. I mean,
No, they don't.
I haven't had a barbecue. Somebody
It
asked
all
me
tastes the
actually
same.
about.
Yo, it all tastes the same. It all
I
tastes
don't know.
like smoke. Like just actual like it tastes like you took a piece of charcoal and bit it.
Oh that I'm gonna say no comment because I do like my people listening from Texas. Congrats, Mickey. Absolutely, thank you, Mickey, and you do deserve to be in the Hall of Fame again. And I know I wanted you to have that because it it meant extra. Hello there. Yeah, thank you, Rob, for tuning in. Hi, Mickey. I think he meant to say hi, Mickey. I think or my Mickey. Maybe Spanish. My Mickey. Thank you, Mickey. Yep. Thank
It
you.
is
Thank you.
Spanish.
Okay, guy. He had a fire. I think he meant to say a fire ass death match this week, and I'm letting it go in. He meant to say that. Thank you,
Yo,
Robert.
that's my loco homie right there,
We
bro.
love Loco. Well, Loco is we're Loco for Loco.
That Kenzon spot, his idea.
Well, your head got the
His
brunt of
idea.
it. Well, you're welcome. There you go. Yeah, there's that spot that everyone's still talking about there. Yeah, definitely one that kids don't try this at home. And
don't ever do what we do at home. This shit is not safe. We just make it look safe. There's a big difference.
well, what you guys do is certainly why we're going to stay here on the other side of the glass. Luke Draven is here. I had to give a shout out to Luke Draven. Luke's in the house.
Draven just made his indie debut.
I heard about that. Yes,
He just made.
And he mixed it up. He mixed it up here on Sportswire with the former EWA champion, Mr. Robert Scott. That was a memorable segment in Sportswire.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before you see home in Texas. I promise you that.
Well, I'm not saying anything on that, but what I will say is Sam Stackhouse is on fire. Is just
Sam Stackhouse, he's another dude.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard about him.
He's cool as hell, bro. Like all these like big time like professional wrestlers that we see on the internet, you know what I mean, doing their thing in GCW, JCW.
Well, we've had them here on Sportswire. James Fury's been here. Sam El Jami's been here. Vito Fratelli. I mean, we've had Ryan. I mean, we had the big. Yeah, you just talk to them. You know, they're regular people.
They're
I think
regular people, bro, and they're like really cool. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Being on a lower class of professional wrestling, I expect people on the higher, like upper tier class to like kind of big league me. You know what I mean, and kind of like put up their nose and shit. They're not like that though, bro. They're not like that at all. They're like they talk to me like they know me for years, type shit.
You know, let me tell you why that is. Because everybody starts somewhere, and there's an old adage in life: you will go down the ladder eventually. One day, you will go down the ladder. So it's always good to treat people the way you want to be treated, and I think that that's a philosophy that these wrestlers that you're interacting with probably have. Jade wants to say hello. Thank you, Jade. Thank you for being here. And now I got it. My Mickey. And I want to see Mickey versus Otis. No, okay. Next comment. And
make it happen, bro.
How about looking at?
First of all, Rock, bro. He's the one with the connections in local. Like, yo, fucking talk to him, and make that shit happen, bro. Like,
well, you got connections for Luke Draven and you in a death match.
Dude, I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying to get one of my homies from home, one of my unwanted brothers, to come down and do a death match with me. Shocky.
I think Shocky would definitely be the one.
Oh, listen, I might be spilling the beans here.
Don't do anything. Next comment: Mickey versus Hardcore Hillbilly. Let's go to the next comment. Speaking of people that want you in the ring, it is his platform, and I know for this one he's excited to see you on here. That is the IMF champion.
Hardcore Billy? Bro, that would be crazy.
Well, how about you and Omen Black? Yes, I do.
Bro, he's fucking wild cat, that kid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. We're like the same age. Like,
well,
I would love to do that.
You're catching up to him. Well,
we put on a good show.
Well, you're catching up to him, but the IMF World Champion Omen Black says, "Look no further." And he's been in the ring with Gabe Sayers. He's been in the ring with Damian Saint, Ox McCoy, and all these other guys, and he's took them all and put them down, and he wants you.
I'm different than Gabe Sayers. You know what I mean? I'm
different than Gabe.
I'm not Gabe Sayers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that skinny, frail, heart problem kid. I don't got no heart problem. I got a big heart, and you're going to have to do a lot to fucking stop this from beating.
Well, I would pay some money to see that match, you and Omen Black. That would be mano a mano.
I'm telling you, bro, Make it happen. Like, these people have connections with the actual management. Make it happen. I'm traveling. Make it happen.
Well, listen, I know these guys. I'll just message them off the air. I mean, I don't think it's hard for yours truly to do that. And I'll remind
Like, I'm
everybody.
serious. Like, yo, I will be there, bro. Give me the time and the date. We will make magic.
Well, we got a lot of people here. We're gonna get to them, and I have more comments. And RPW would be dope for you.
Ruthless Pro Wrestling. I can't
Yeah.
say I've ever heard of them, but I'm gonna look up them. Look them up.
Well, you know what? We're gonna look up to some more comments. Thank you, Luke. And my Mickey, let's get you over with Shellac.
All right, now you're fucking trolling.
Well, he gave me a super chat, and I want to put this up. He had fire with the match for Smalley. Well, what do you think about this comment,
bro?
No, keep him in the chat. He gave a super chat. He gave us a super chat. So by all means, he gave us and keep being here in the chat. Because you know what? He gave me a super chat. So thank you for that. We don't even ask for him on Sportzwire, but he gave it.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's my homie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's really.
We got a lot of comments tonight. Speaking of people, speaking of people, say his name and he appears. He's here.
Say his name and he appears.
The real energy. No, you believe in kicking his butt because you want to get a victory over him. You want the victory over him. No, you talked about beforehand. You wanted a victory. You got a lot of people here tonight.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Tom. I need my get back. But at the end of the day, non-kayfabe, that's still my homie. But like, I know
that. But
when you see me in that ring, no, I'm beating your ass straight up. No doubt. Like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. Like,
well, yeah.
Get back. It's gonna.
Go follow ACW here on Instagram. Go do that. What a match! What a match they won't forget when they think of Mickey Vargas. A match with yours truly will do that. Management, let's make it happen. It's a good one. And Omen's back here next week. I'll bring it up.
Make it happen. Make it happen. But I would like to reverse that. You know what I mean? It's more of like when they think of Omen Black, they're going to think of the match he had with Mickey Vargas. Not the other way around. Not the other way around.
Well, stay tuned. Stay tuned. And I'm excited for what they'll post. Justin Parsley didn't wrestle in that match, Zilla. It's already up on YouTube. That's a different show for a different time, though. Thank you, Zilla, for the comment. I want to see Mickey in a House of Horror show. What about that? There you go, one.
Again, I've been in these companies' inboxes like I'm a desperate female.
Well, you know what? I listen. I'll listen, and we'll make sure that they hear about these things. We'll make sure that we take care of business. And like I said, I've sent the link out to a couple of people I know. We'll see what they do with it. And I think that we'll certainly...
That Kenzan spot, though, I'm not going to lie, that was really like my resume. You know what I mean? As far as like deathmatch, it was like, all right, what could this kid do? Like, oh, he took a Kenzan? Bet. You know what I mean? Like, not every deathmatch wrestler does that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard that from so many different people that do deathmatch at this point, to where I actually like believe it. You know what I mean?
And
you know what I mean?
And if you are here, go follow Local Wrestling on Instagram, because
if it ain't local, it ain't fire, daddy.
Well, there you have it. Yeah. Follow it here. There's the link.
Yo, the November show. If you were in the Houston, Texas area,
they got it up right there for
November 8th.
Yeah, here we go. How about look who's on? Look who's on it. Louis Jr. You got, who was just on Gabe's show, Mickey Knuckles, who I've been talking about on Sportswire for, about the legendary Necro Butcher. You got, and that's going to be on the Local Wrestling Big Cartel feed. That's also local with X Brand, Title Match Network, Fear and Loathing in Houston. And you got to be there November 8th. That's where you got to be.
Yo, if you're in the Houston area, pop out and watch this show. It's going to be crazy. That Kenzan spot I did, nothing compared to what's going to pop off on November 8th. It's nothing.
And we have another show coming up here, October 12th. A lot of shows are coming up. As a matter of fact, a lot of shows are coming up. So you got to check it. How about Anthrax versus Mickey Knuckles is going to be on the show? I mean, you're talking. I mean, there's some really big matches on there. Angel Metro's in action. I mean, it's going to be a place that you got to go watch it. You got to go support Loco. You got to support Loco wrestling.
Fuck X Brand. It's Big Loco.
No, well, X Brand is joint collaboration show. So no, we love X Brand. They follow us on Instagram.
It's Loco versus X Brand. That's what it is, and I could tell you.
I know, but they're on the show with them. I can't say no. I can't say. You can say F them.
Loco.
I'm all wrestling matters. You know my position. I am all wrestling matters. I can't go and say F anybody. I love everybody equally. You as a
wrestler, don't gotta say F them, but you got. I'll say Big Loco.
I'm going to say we want everybody to go check out. We're going to say that, but we're going to move on here. Thank you, Luke, for the hearts. Also, hello to Andrew, yes. And, we can't wait to see that. Who else we have here in the chat? You know I got you. We'll push it like that match with Marty. So, Rob's got you.
Bro, if he says it, I know he's the man of his word. So, it's just a matter of shutting up and waiting. So, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, we're going to say, and speaking of people that are here, your opponent this past weekend, just saying, wanted to say hello, and I want to extend the invite to your opponent, anybody else that's watching this from Local Wrestling or anywhere that you're wrestling from. No, I want to say no, thank you for being here. Hit the sub button for us, and if you want to come on Sportswire, also, the floor is here anytime that you want to come on and talk. I mean, equal opportunities. I said I just go away. I'm all wrestling matters.
He's a good worker, but fuck Marty Too Fly. You think you can stick a Kenzon in my head? I'm gonna try to fucking do that.
And thank you for the super chat that has nothing on it. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Literally, just thank you, Robert. You're the man. But listen, Marty is always welcome. Anybody's always welcome here that's watching this. And bring home to Texas? What does that mean, bring home? You are home. You are home now in Texas. What does that mean? I'm just curious. What does that mean? Anything? Nah, I don't know.
Bring home to Texas. It means one day.
But you're home in Texas. But you're home in Texas.
One day in the future, to be announced, I promise that all of my home brothers will making their NDA debut. And it's going to be a show to remember.
Well, you know what? I mean, we'll have to say I would love for you to continue to stay home in the state of Texas and stay tuned. And my Marty Too Fly. There you go. I got more comments. We got a lot. You know what? You definitely getting a nice crowd tonight. Congratulations. Look out for me at USC in Virginia, and I'll be making my way to X Brand soon. I promise. Congratulations.
I'm telling you, bro, Luke is not to be slept on. Like
I know that. I had him on here. Listen.
Out of all the Unwanted, Luke was the first one to start doing deathmatch. I swear to God. Like, he was the first one to actually, like, dip his toe into it. So, like, if anyone deserves to be, like, successful in deathmatch wrestling, it's Luke. He was the first one to do it.
And I'll see you again in November.
Yeah, I'll see you there, pussy. I'm not waiting on none of that.
And I stuck that on his head, by the way. That's the we'll put the photo back up. But he just wants to remind you of who's the guy that made you famous.
I stuck that in your head. I made your career from doing that. Shut up.
Well, you actually got, I think, 5 more. You know, since we went on the air, you got 5 more likes on this. Maybe it's from somebody in the chat, somebody not, but you got 5 more likes since we went on the air on Instagram. So, congratulations. 5 more that you didn't have. And yeah, we got that there. Thank you. RPW does King of the Hill every year, King of the Kill every year. Brutal stuff. And if you are here, by the way, well, you ponder that.
Yo, Alex, you got plugs into that? You can hook me up or what?
Well, I tell you what I got hooking up into is follow you on Instagram. That's why you watch this.
Follow me on Instagram for sure.
Please follow you on Instagram. Who else we got here in the chat? Remember, Mickey?
You gotta show the audience though when he actually smacks into my head. You gotta show that.
I got that. Okay, all right. I'll do it here. Hold on. I got it. 1 second. Here we go. This right here, right?
Nah. It's like the next video.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this one. Don't try this at home, please. Literally, don't try. Not that home, but don't try this at home. And yeah,
No,
you,
genuinely don't do this. This is 100% trained professionals. Like, we do this shit for a living. Do not do what
no,
the
no,
fuck
please don't do
right.
it. Please don't.
Like,
Seriously.
this is what we get paid for. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
Like,
obviously, you
don't
guys
do
have
this
this
shit.
magic. You have a magic way to doing these things, and we really value it and appreciate your blood, sweat, and tears literally out there. Remember, Mickey, me and you, JCW, that's the goal. Hey, Jay Jameson and Daniel Tafua showed up over there, so why not?
Exactly. But I mean, right now, that's the goal. Hopefully, one day in the future, we can make that happen, especially at the gathering. That is a dream of mine, to work JCW at the gathering. That'd be like my WrestleMania.
Yeah, Tafua talked about that when he was on you. Tafua would be a good opponent for you, but he's just a different style. Another a Samoan that we call Daniel Tafua. Yeah, he's the USWA Universal Champion. Yeah, follow Loco on Instagram. Anything we can do to help them, we will. Mickey is going to kill it in November. Loco all day. Yes, we want Loco to be followed. If it ain't Loco, it ain't fire, Daddy. That's true too. Yeah, thank you, Mickey. Yes, we like Mickey. Although I will say Mickey is doing the podcast rounds, and maybe this is why we didn't get Mickey on Sportswire, because Jimmy Controversy tagged me and said Mickey Knuckles should come on Sportswire, and we haven't heard back since.
Maybe that was on Sportswire. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, Jimmy Controversy actually said for her to come on. Maybe that was the kiss of death. It was a joke. We're kidding. We're kidding, everybody. Don't get your panties twisted. No, he said it. He was actually saying it in a nice way, and maybe Mickey, I don't know. But whatever. We're going to get to that. I'm going to get to that in a few minutes. I do want to get to that. Mickey, remember the pizza cutter. Bang, bang. Yeah, I have to find that spot, too. Yeah, remember the pizza cutter?
Yeah, that's the Outlaw back when they came to New York.
And how'd that feel?
Taste. The fuck do you mean how'd that feel? It was the pizza cutter going across my fucking forehead.
Yeah, well, this hurt too, by the way. This hurt too. I mean, that was another one that hurt you,
That didn't hurt. That just restricted my airway.
Well, that might be worse. And there you go. We put Smoke the Reaper up right there. There you had it.
Yo, that's like my big homie.
That was a good photo. I liked it, by the way. I think I shared it too on my story. I try to share, by the way, your post, by the way. I don't know if I'm the top sharer, but I'm up there.
Yo, Smoke, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He was my first, match being out here full time. And he's been nothing but, straight, genuine, friendship since that
Good.
day. He's
good.
I've come to him for advice, and he's given it to me. You know what I mean?
Good.
He's put the word in for me at Loco. Yo, he's my big bro out here when it comes to death.
Good.
Bro.
Well, you know what? That's why you're representing. Ain't no in Texas doing death matches like Loco. You never know. Mickey might be the king of death matches in Texas. You call yourself the
might be.
Well, you can be the king.
I'm the king of Western New York death match.
I was going to say that.
Hold on, Tom. I'm the king of Western New York deathmatch wrestling. Not a shot can touch me. Not a hardcore can touch me. Not a soul can touch the big 716 Mickey Vargas. Let that be known.
Well, you just did, and ain't no one in Texas doing death matches like Loco. Yeah, I would tend to agree. Still jealous you got to see Vampiro. Yeah, you got. I know. I actually covered a show with Vampiro in Arizona. The Vampiro, huh?
Yeah, he was at the JCW show last night. He was one of the special guest referees. He was fucking. Well, he was sitting there the whole time hitting the cart, the whole match. Straight gangster.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. He's an interesting fellow. My friend, one of my friends knows him. We'll leave the name at that. Maybe I'll tell you off the air. Putting that show together with the Locaholics was fire. Yeah, well, I mean, that's that.
Yeah,
that's that.
He's talking about the Saturday show. He's talking about the deathmatch I just did, bro. That whole day was just fun as hell. I ain't gonna lie. It was fun as hell. The whole pregame up to the show and after the show. It was just everything was mad fun, bro. wrestling don't always got to be too serious. It's only serious.
I think it should be about having fun. We're having a lot of fun with you tonight. I think it's the most fun I've ever had with you on Sportswire. Vampiro was fire yesterday, just hitting the cart the whole match. Yeah, he's a fun guy, Vampiro. Jimmy is, he's cuckoo. Yeah, he's definitely cuckoo. My smoke, and Shocky's got those eyeballs because he heard you say that you're the king of Western New York. That match, not him.
You could, I love Shock. I love Jeff. You can jump off as many roofs as you want. When you see me in November, I guarantee, I stick a gusset plate in your fucking forehead. Buddy.
You know what? He's seeing you though, but you said X. Now he's X brand. You're loco, so he's now. He's a rival now. It's no more. Hey, we're for the 716.
Yo, he is the opposition, and when I see him across that ring, it's nothing but murder, like straight murder.
Well, I mean, he's going to use this as motivation, I'm sure. That Nino Extremo is going to beat you down. I don't know. Nino Extremo might be able to take you down.
Yo, Nino. All
right, the two-part comment.
He had his second death match the same night I had mine. That same night against Aerocrab. If you don't know who Aerocrab is, look him up, bro. He's crazy too. He's fucking insane. Like this kid, Nino Extremo, he's the future of deathmatch wrestling. I swear to God. Like this kid was wild. He lit himself on fire on Saturday. I
actually had the video of that. I'm glad you said that because I have it right in front of me.
He jumped off a fucking scaffold. Like this kid's he's doing crazy shit.
There you go. Hey, there it is.
Look at him. There it is. He's on fire. Like, come on, bro. Like who's doing that in the Texas Deathmatch? Like, come on, man.
Well, he just did. So
exactly. He did. That's the only one I can think of right now. Like, he's the only one.
And he got a lot. Listen, look at his post too. He got He got almost 2,000 likes.
But I'm telling you, bro, watch out for Nino Extremo. He'll be there in November as well. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a blood bash. Yeah, I mean, and it was his birthday blood bash, and we got a lot of coverage with him. And check him out; he's on Instagram, and you'll be seeing him more. I have no doubt everywhere else. And
you'll be seeing a lot of him at Loco. He's gonna be a main name in Loco, guaranteed.
Absolutely. Arrow Crab is from Mexico and does hella lucha extrema.
That's just the Mexican way of saying Mexican deathmatch.
Yeah, I got that. But I have to promote it because one of the reasons you're here before we move eventually, because I know you have a lot to say on many things, but you have something you're going to be a part of on October the 18th, and I had it in front of me. And ring a bell here, and Superstar Southern Wrestling, Super Southern Wrestling coming up here. They've got a big show, and you're on the poster here coming up on October the 18th, and it's crazy. Halloween is now about a month away, and what do you want to say about this? And I see you once again. Maybe it's a sign of things to come. You're right next to D'Angelo the Flame, and above you is Joey Knight Jr. and the Big Hoss. Boy, they knew that we were going to be talking about this. You got to talk about Super Southern Wrestling's debut show, the Halloween Showdown, coming up on October 18th.
So Super Southern Wrestling is this new independent professional wrestling that's opening up in Houston, Texas. It's not just Houston. They want to make it all across America, but we're starting off in Texas, so they want to travel along with Texas. But it's just the hottest new indie fed, you know what I mean? 100% professional. Every wrestler you see on that poster is being trained every single week by well-known trainers out in Houston. It's just trying to make their bones, you know what I mean? Like they're kind of like they broke away from ACW a little bit. We're not going to go into too many details, but
gotcha.
It's just it's a whole separate entity, and I want everyone in Houston to take it very seriously because all of these guys are training. It's not like they're backyarders or anything. Like they're all at training every single.
Yeah, well, Joey wrestles at HCW. D'Angelo's trained. The Big Hoss is trained. So yeah, I would think that.
Like we got Antonio. He's the big dude right in front.
Yep.
He's a well-known Coliseum wrestler. Like all of those guys you see on that poster have been somewhere in Houston, Texas already. So that's just what SSW's like. That's what they're promoting is just superior Southern wrestling. Like that's just what it is. Like true Southern wrestling is what you're going to see at Super Southern Wrestling. That's all you're going to see is the best of the best from all across the country. But starting off, you're going to see the best of the best from the state of Texas.
But that's exciting to be on a show like this right before Halloween with people that you're familiar with and people that are more or less going up and have done certain things, but it's got to be exciting to be a part of get another new company under your resume.
It's very exciting. Just being out here, I can scratch off like 4 or 5 companies I've worked with just being out here alone. And I've only been out for like 3 months, you know what I mean? Which is why I said, like, it's just a blessing from God, man. You know what I mean? And, like, none of this is my skill level, and I'm not going to sit here and flex like I'm a John Cena or something. It's just I've been given opportunities, and I'm running with them. You know what I mean? You give me an inch, and I'm going to take a mile every time. In Super Southern Wrestling, they're not giving me an inch. They're giving me the whole empty road to run on and to make something of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this shit and run, and I'm gonna make it something. I'm gonna make it to where it's gonna be the hottest fed in Houston, and everyone wants to work for Super Southern Wrestling.
And I think everybody should check out Super Southern Wrestling, and I think everybody should follow them on Instagram. Is how you can stay up to date with many of the wrestlers, and again, many of the wrestlers that you see on this platform over the years are a part of that. The Big Horse was here a few weeks ago. Joey Knight Jr. was just here this past weekend. D'Angelo the Flame goes without saying how many times he's been here over the years. So please go out there, follow Super Southern Wrestling, and we want to congratulate them on their debut show. And I know Joey's going to be back here in a few weeks, and I'm sure some others, and we'll definitely be promoting that. I think the Big Horse said he'd be back
on. Homie CJ Renegade on here.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I said the door is open. 100%. We'll get him on before October 18th, please. I mean, I'll
link you guys up.
I think he just followed me on Instagram before one of the. I'll message him. Yeah, if I think it's who I think it was, we'll get him on here before October 18th. We'll definitely make sure that he's on here. No questions asked. That would be exciting. I want to talk about SSW, so please go out there and support SSW. It's going to also take place here at 8700 Long Point Road, Unit C in Houston, Texas. That's at the Evolution Dojo. The door is open 7 o'clock. Bell time is 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Super Southern Wrestling's Halloween Showdown. And our guest here tonight, Mickey Vargas, is on the poster, and you see so many others. And please support Super Southern Wrestling. Also follow Mickey on here, and I'll get to a few more comments. You want to see? You should just wrestle everybody at this point. I've seen so many people tonight want you in this match and that match.
He's just, he's hyping me up. He's just naming like the biggest deathmatch wrestlers that the indie has to offer right now.
Why not though? Why not? I mean, listen,
like DeMarcus, he's a wrestler from out. I'm pretty sure he's from Dallas or somewhere close to Dallas. I know he's not from Houston directly. But if you look him up, he's just been fucking going.
Yeah, listen, why not?
I mean, Telemundo for APW.
Oh wow, Telemundo. That's a big deal to be on Telemundo.
DeMarcus will be at Super Southern Wrestling as well.
The Outlaw came to your state and made you scream, and one day the Outlaw will make you scream again.
Look at his face.
Yes, sir.
Does it look like I'm worried?
No. Not after what you went through this past weekend. No, definitely not. I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't think so. No, definitely not.
Right. I fear God. I fear no man. I'm gonna make you bleed more than you make me bleed.
Well, that was a lot of blood you shed. You shed a lot of blood every time you go out there, and that's why you're in the Sportzwire Radio Hall of Fame again. Also, please support Mickey on Instagram. Please support local wrestling. Please support all of the great companies that Mickey is a part of, and many of the people here are a part of. You want to follow home, check them out, and Instagram is where you can catch up with Mickey. And anything else that you want to talk about? Is there anything else that I'm missing? Anything else that you want to talk about? Obviously, we spoke about what's ahead of you, October 18th, local wrestling. We spoke about you being in the ring with all these different other people out there, your journey of late. I mean, anything else that you want to discuss that we haven't talked about here tonight?
Just basically not really. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I think we spoke pretty much. We caught up with you.
Bases. I just want everyone to know where I'm at. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking playing. I'm coming over to take.
No, I tell you what, you put yourself where everybody has to notice you now, even before the gusset plate shot. I mean, like you said, you've been in there, you smoked the Reaper. We talked about Marty. I mean, we talked about the big horse who was here. We've shown you in all these places that you've been in. And again, what amazes me, it's in such a short amount of time. I know you'll say, well, I still got my ways up. And yeah, for sure, you'll definitely move up even further. But it's just, to me, in such a short amount of time. And you're right in a sense. Guys, they go to different places, and sometimes it's a culture shock. But for you, I mean, you've gone with flying colors. I mean, that's to me what amazes me. Some people go and they go into an environment they have no real ties to, and that unfamiliarity, and you went through the door and broke right through. And I mean, literally, I mean, just it's quite impressive, to tell you the truth. Guys like you, from where you were to where you are and where you will be, it's very impressive. I put you on the same level with guys like Dave Jameson, D Savage, obviously wrestling Tommy Invincible. I did mention LaFlame on it. There's like a lot of guys I've seen that have been in the underground or the backyard, and you see them progress. And you're now, to me, one of those guys that I can say is put himself on that ladder to where, Ace Christian's another guy. Ace Christian is a guy in the underground who's won a title in West Virginia on the same show with Luke Gallows. Eric Young wins the belt on the same show, moving up the ladder in a short amount of time. You're now, to me, I put you in that same category of those guys that I've seen from the underground over the years. Rad Dad years ago as well. Got to throw Rad in there. And now you're on your own journey. And I think, to me, that's what's most impressive, is to be able to chronologically talk about just from your last appearance and how far you've come from, well, even like 2 years ago and such.
So when it comes to guys like you just named, D Savage, me, and all the other folks, you know what I mean? It's like, it comes down to a do you want it or not? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to do this? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? I come from the backyard, I come from the underground, so I'm never, ever gonna sit here and bash the next man for doing that, especially when I just, basically left it. But at the same time, it's like all these guys you just listed, we betted on ourselves. We were like, either we're gonna do it or we're not. And if we fail, we fail. But if we don't, we don't. And we made it happen. You know what I mean?
You did, but a lot of guys don't do that in the underground. A lot of guys in the underground or the backyard, they either go train and they get trained and they go into the indies, they wrestle a few matches, and then they either sputter out or they go back to the backyard. Whereas you, I mean, look at what you've done in a short amount of time. I think, to me, that's what's most impressive. You came, you conquered, and you haven't looked back. I think that's, and it's like you said, you didn't go out and say, oh, well, I'm not ignoring where I came from. No, but I think it's just, you've totally worked on a new chapter of who you are. And not everybody does that. Not everybody makes the transition. I don't want to say it's like, oh, making the transition from the minor leagues to the pro. It's not quite like that, but there is, let's say, going from the playground to playing
organized. No, it really is
like that. But
like that, like, you can be in the minor leagues, you know what I mean, and hang out with your friends and wrestle every weekend and have a nice time and enjoy yourself. Or you could, like, decide in your heart, like, all right, I want to be a pro.
But you're a wrestler now, but you're not just wrestling once a month now. You're wrestling multiple weekends in a month.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just had a 7-day work week, 7 days straight, and then I had a death match and then another tag team.
Listen, there's a guy. Listen, I had Rad Dad's stepson. I say it in character. Connor, the Flatboy, Connor Schaefer. He wrestled 7 times in like 4 days. That's what you're on, that same level now as a working man's wrestler. You're a professional wrestler because you are wrestling multiple times a month. You're not just, hey, I'm Mr. O Wrestling Matters, but you're now wrestling. This is what you want to do. This is it. This is what you're the definition of. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, I do, and exactly, you know what I mean. It's like this is what I want to do. You know what I mean. Not everyone. Everyone says they want to do it. They want to become a pro. They want to do this and they want to do that. But it's like you're not. No one ever puts real actions to words. You know what I mean? Like or words to action, whatever the fuck that phrase is, whatever it is. But no one ever really does that. You know what I mean? Like it really takes someone special to genuinely like say screw it. Like if I fail, I fail. But if I don't, well then I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make something of it every chance I get. Like D Savage. D Savage was wrestling on the pro scene for like what a year and a half. Got in a
Yeah.
fucking match with Tommy Invincible. Now he's the champion.
Yep.
Bet it on himself. Power Surge, bet it on himself. Jacob
Yeah.
Borak, bet it on himself. Shock, bet it on himself. All these guys bet it on themselves, and it's all working out in their favor. But not everyone is like they don't have the balls to do that.
I think it's also a matter of skill set and how you mesh with
I
people.
wouldn't even say skill set. I've seen some real good guys in the underground.
But I think I agree with that. But I think you guys had a certain, let's say, common sense or a certain moxie, which I think is part of the skill set. I agree with you. Listen, you could have the most skills, it may not work. But what guys like yourself had, guys like Savage, you mentioned Surge, Jake, Shockey. Draven now. I mean, I've got to throw in Day Jameson, who wrestled Fuego del Sol, KJ Orso, Ace Christian, who's from outside of where you guys are. And I've seen those guys do it. And I think it's you got to have a certain ability that you have instincts. Maybe instincts is the better word. You have the instinct to where you are now professional wrestlers. You are now wrestlers. And I think that's
drive, brother. It's the drive. I wouldn't even say it's the instinct. It's the drive. This is what I like. This is everything I ever wanted. You know what I mean? This is what I dreamed for as a child. Like more, like everyone asks me, when did you become a wrestling fan? I'm going to tell you, I don't know. Since my first memory was wrestling. Like, this is everything I ever wanted since I was a fucking baby. So, like, why would I want to be caught up in the underground scene? You know what I mean? When I know in my heart I can pursue this and be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you did.
That's what I did. That's what Surge did. That's what D Savage did. In their heart, they knew they could do better, and they went and did better.
No question. No, listen.
Drive. Not everyone has that drive to do better. You know what I mean? Some people are just content with what they're doing, and there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? But just don't bitch and moan.
No, I know what you're saying. Listen, there's some people that come on here, and again, I'm not saying anything negative. There's some people that come on and listen, they're backyard wrestlers, and it's great. I'm all Wrestling Matters, and I support it. But then there are some wrestlers that are looking to make the transition, and those are the people to me that I think everybody should pay attention to, because those are people that were in the shoes of somebody in the backyard but wanted to better themselves. And I think in life, you should always want to better yourself. Now, listen, again, I support everybody in any way they want to do something, but I think what's really impressive about you, because you're here tonight, is that you wanted to better yourself. You wanted to be truly in the wrestling business. You wanted to be a part of the wrestling business, and you made it happen, and you've succeeded. I know there's a lot of chapters left, but you have certainly succeeded in my eyes. You are going to go far. This is just the first chapter in your book. Yeah, I agree with that. And Dre Watson, thank you, Dre. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you very much. And if you are here right now, I see a bunch of you.
That's my boy. Every week with me training every Wednesday and Thursday.
And if people are here, and I'll tell you what, if you're here, hit the sub button for me. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll put you on Sportswire. You like to talk. The big horse was here. The door is open. I want to talk to new people. I want to, get to anybody that would like to be here, and I want to hear your story. And I think other people could use that as motivation and follow Mickey. And I think the best is yet to come. We're going to see Mickey, certainly a part of Loco Wrestling. We're going to see you a part of Super Southern Wrestling, October 18th, the Halloween Showdown. Stay tuned to your Instagram for more information, and I'm going to pass the baton to you, give you some closing thoughts, because you got to go get ready for more gusset plates in your head and get ready for more training and other things like that.
Catch a flight back home for a wedding.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the wedding. So let's let you go to that, and let's give you closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts are, this is for anyone that's like trying to break through. You know what I mean? That's trying to step away from the underground. That's trying to step away from the backyard. It is. And it's gonna be. It's scary. You know what I mean? You're on your own, bro. Like wrestling is very lonely. Like you have friends and family that are with you, but at the end of the day, it's you and your own business. It's scary and it's very intimidating. It's not gonna be easy. But don't fucking quit. Do not give up, because when you quit, you're quitting on something that's right there. Like you're this close and you're gonna give up. Don't give up. And if you have to move your whole life to make it happen, do it. You only live fucking once. We're all gonna die. Go live your dream. Go do it.
Yeah.
Make it happen. And this is for anyone of all of my friends in the underground that are breaking that and finally going into the indies and the pro scene. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. This is what we worked so fucking hard for. All the years of blood, sweat, and tears in some random person's backyard. They're going to pay off. They're going to pay off. Just keep going. Keep grinding. Keep getting your name out there. Just keep doing what you do and stay consistent. And I promise you, it's all going to work out.
I agree with you on that. I believe the best is yet to come. And I think Mickey Vargas has a lot of big things ahead. Please support him. Please follow him. Support all of his fellow colleagues that are here tonight and all the wrestling companies. And it is great to see a guy like him bet on himself and win. And I've seen other guys here. And who knows, maybe IMF, a company that's right up your alley, would be a place I'd like to see you in next. I think I got
I'll be
enough of that.
expecting a text message from IMF real soon. I better get that.
Well, I can certainly arrange something. Well, if not, I have the certain phone number of a certain someone, and we'll make that as best we can. I can't lead the horse to the water, but I can certainly talk to the horse, and I'll do that certainly. But my friend, congratulations. Go catch your flight. Definitely can't wait to talk with you maybe in the coming weeks, and we'll give you the physical copy when you're off the air. And thank you for all you do, and I'm sure we'll see you on Instagram with another gusset plate to the head and 10,000 more likes on another post on Instagram.
Real soon, I promise.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, well, that is Mickey Vargas. He is now in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame once again. He's definitely the king of the Western New York deathmatch wrestling scene. He's also the hardcore traveler here, and he's in the Hall of Fame once again. Please support him. Of course, it's like Super Southern Wrestling. You see the ink. He'll be putting more ink to your head this time with blood.
716 for life.
716 definitely gave us the 411 tonight. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, with all music and wrestling. Speaking of people that'll be here from the state of Texas, we'll be here Thursday night with the group Carnage, which paid a visit to Joey Knight Jr., and they'll be here, and they're from Haybarn Championship Wrestling. So we'll talk about that with them, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're here, hit the sub button for us. We'll get in touch with you. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one Global Radio, here that is Sportswire Radio, with all music and wrestling. Thank you, everybody.